I spent $30 on this ad and I got 108 followers. So let's calculate that here. 27.7 cents per follower. So that's 28 cents per follower. That is a really good cost. Like $1 per follower is like considered good. My name is Shae and I'm an account manager, agency technician, and marketing coach here at Indepreneur. I'm also an independent artist just like you. For the past 5 years here at Indepreneur, we teach tried and tested digital marketing strategies to independent musicians so indies can grow their music careers and achieve their goals the way they want and keep 100% of their revenue. But before you can make revenue as an artist, you have to have an audience. Building an audience can be very challenging, and maybe you're feeling like digital marketing is just too much and too expensive. But I'm here to show you a simple strategy that can get you a steady stream of brand new, real Instagram followers for just $1 a day. This strategy I'm about to share with you was quick and easy to set up, and I was able to double my followers in just a few short months, while also making quality and meaningful connections with brand new people who really dig my music along the way. And you can too. So let's get into it. Okay, I'm in here on my artist Instagram account. We're gonna select a post here to apply this strategy to. Let's say we wanna boost this little video of me practicing in my studio. So I'm gonna boost this by clicking the blue boost post button. So it's gonna ask you to select a goal, and what you wanna do is select more profile visits. So this is just pushing people to your actual profile and giving them, an opportunity for them to follow you. More website visits is like if you're running like a sales promo or something like that and you want to push people to your website for, something specific like purchasing a product. And then of course, more messages is if you want to optimize for messages. Pretty straightforward. So we're going to select more profile visits and hit next. Then we're gonna select a target audience. So here I've actually made a bunch of audiences already that I've tested on some other posts. You can select automatic. However, if you don't have, a good advertising history where you've built up a lot of clean data that has real users that match the social demographic of your audience, you probably don't wanna select this. However, if you do have a really clean advertising history and you have a lot of followers that are real people that are engaged and really match the social demographic of your brand, then automatic might be the way to go. This is kind of like IG's more simplified version of like a lookalike audience that you might find using Facebook Ads Manager. So this is kind of like a shortcut to that. But for now, since I'm still seasoning my ad account with this new project, I'm going to select create your own. So I'm gonna name this audience Indie Emo Interests. And then with your locations, you'll want to select all green light countries. And what we mean by green light countries is developed countries that have, real users and not a bunch of bot farms. So those countries are the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, Austria. We've also got Australia, Denmark, Sweden, Norway, Switzerland. Sometimes Switzerland doesn't show up as a country. It's really weird. Netherlands, New Zealand. Cool. So we're gonna hit check. Now, one thing to note, it's gonna tell you that your audience is too broad here under the estimated audience size. That's gonna change once we put in our targeting interests. So we're gonna go ahead and select interests next, and we're gonna put in emo music. And that already just like shrinks the audience into this sweet spot of between 17 and 20 million. I recommend going broad. So using broad genre interests like this are very effective. You can add a couple things to this, like say I want to also target indie rock as well. And that's still within a really good estimated audience size. So we're gonna go ahead and select the check mark, and we're just gonna go with those two interests for now. We want to keep the age and gender broad. The thing here is you want to make sure that your audience selection of targeting is broad so that you have enough data for the machine learning to sort through and figure out who is the best match for your content. And if you don't have enough data to feed the machine can't optimize effectively and efficiently. And so you want a lot of data and a lot of users to work with so that the machine learning can narrow down who that is for you. And then as your advertising experience grows, you can start to narrow from there. All right, so we're just gonna hit the check mark here. Select the audience, it's already selected here, and then we're gonna go ahead and click next. And then this is where you set your budget. So you can select as much as $1,000 daily, right? If you have like a huge advertising budget, but we're here because we're poor, right? So we're gonna shrink this down to $1 a day, which is the minimum you can spend. And we're going to set this duration to 30 days. No, 10 days. I'm gonna start with 10 days. I'm gonna test this for 10 days. I'm gonna spend $10. And then based on this test, I can decide if I wanna run it for another 20 days and finish out the month. So we're gonna hit next. And then it's gonna show you a review of the ad that you just created and your payment method. You can select that here as well. And then all you do is hit boost post, and it runs and says, nice work, your ad has been sent for review. And then it tells you, it's gonna take about 24 hours to review your ad. Sometimes it takes longer, sometimes it takes less than that. But the average amount of time is 24 hours. I'm gonna hit okay. So the next thing you're gonna wanna do is over the next few days, you're gonna wanna watch your results. The way that you do that is by going into your Instagram profile here, your artist page, and selecting add tools. A quick disclaimer, if you don't see add tools, if you don't have that option, you're gonna wanna make sure that your artist account is set as a business account and not a creator account or a individual account. You're gonna wanna use a business Instagram account. So we're gonna hit add tools, and this ad is still in review, so I can't monitor these results, but I have run several other ads or boosted ads like this in the past. So I'm gonna show you my past ads here. I got the most followers out of these two here. So I'm gonna select view insights, and it's gonna show me, this is what you're gonna see when you select view insights on your current ad that's running. It's gonna show you this. Let's see, I think I ran this for 30 days. This was a while ago, but I had 37 saves, 5 shares, 28 comments, 188 likes. You can actually see how many followers you gained from this ad if you scroll down to profile activity and you look at follows. I had 108 followers gained from this ad. So if you want to calculate your cost per follower, you can look at how much you spent. I spent $30 on this ad and I got 108 followers. So let's calculate that here. 27.7 cents per follower. So that's 28 cents per follower. That is a really good cost. Like $1 per follower is like considered good. Oh yeah, and then you go down to audience and you can see that 25 to 34 age demographic and 18 to 24 were the two top age groups. And top locations were actually Canada and California. And then let's look at the other one that I ran. So this one didn't do as well. What's interesting about this is it got a ton of shares. It was like 100 shares, 26 saves, 22 comments, 104 likes. It got a lot of engagement. However, it was shared 100 times, which is pretty cool. I only got 4 followers out of this one. It was really weird, and I spent $9 out of 30. See, I was optimizing for followers, like optimizing for profile visits, trying to boost my followers, and I was getting a lot of engagement here, and it was shared a bunch of times. I didn't get a lot of followers out of it, so I spent $9.07. So that's $2.26 per follower, okay? So that isn't as well as the other one. So one thing you're gonna have to think about when you're running these ads, this is where content curation really comes into play here, where you want to make sure that whatever audience that you're targeting with this post, that the rest of your content matches that, so that when they land on your profile, they have a higher chance of following your profile. So that's just a quick tip, just to make sure that you've got your Instagram profile really flushed out and optimized for the audience you're trying to attract. So with that said, that's it. Couple quick tips. So running this at $1 a day, testing it for, 10 days, you want to give yourself, $5 to $10 of spend to make sure that you're giving the machine learning algorithm enough data and enough budget to really make optimized decisions before you start changing things. So let it run for, 5 to 10 days before you start deciding whether or not it's working for you, because budget, the way that social advertising works is it's an auction. You're bidding on placement in someone's feed. And so you want to make sure that you spend enough money over enough time to gather enough data to really make good advertising decisions. And then the next thing I would recommend is, really experimenting with, different audiences, a mix of genre interests, a mix of, similar artists. Also consider lifestyle interests too. So really get to know like your audience and what lifestyle they ascribe to, what kind of other brands, what kind of other products or clothing or hobbies or interests that they have, and consider making some audiences based on those things and test those against your music related audiences or genre related audiences. And pull out a Google spreadsheet and keep track of your data over time as you run this strategy and really get to know what's working and not working for you. Make sure that you have a place to track that data and don't just keep it in the app. Like try to sort it out on like a Google spreadsheet and track it over time so you can really contrast and compare your results from post to post and kind of find a stride of what's working and repetitively over time. Well, there you have it. If you're looking for the poor man's way to effectively and efficiently market your music and generate a steady stream of real followers, this is one very effective way to do that. Start small, experiment, have fun, test, learn, grow, and stay indie.